Hello YouTube, welcome to my next channel video, and this video is something I've also wanted to talk about for a while. A lot of people are familiar with it, some aren't, mainly younger kids. I'm going to talk about the Godzilla series, or Gojira in Japan. I'm not going to talk about the 1998 film because that is not a Godzilla film. Where do I start? I got introduced to Godzilla through my father and my brother, because he watched it around the same time I did. They did a re-release of the original Godzilla series, not all of the movies. They did a VHS package of Godzilla King of the Monsters, which is the original, Godzilla's Revenge, Monster Zero, Godzilla vs. Mothra, the original, and Terror of Mechagodzilla. Those 5 films are the ones that were introduced to me for Godzilla. When I was younger, I didn't like the original Godzilla because of the black and white stuff. Obviously, getting older, I grew to come to love the original. The Japanese version typically is the better version. I know I've stated before I don't like stopping to read, but the Japanese version of Godzilla, or Gojira, it's a lot better than the Americanized version. The Americanized version cut down a lot of stuff from Godzilla. Just threw in Raymond Burr. Yeah, he was good in it, but he was pretty much just talking to us dumb Americans. Pretty much like, oh, this is what's happening here, here, and here. But, overall, like, I'm not going to go in detail of all of them because there's like 28 films, or 29, because I'm going to talk about the 2014 one as well. They're all so different from each other that it's hard to talk about them all at once. I'd have to make like different parts where I just want to just talk about everything that I like. I've always liked Japanese monster films, mainly obviously Godzilla. Gamera is another favorite of mine. Never liked Mothra, but that's because she's just a giant butterfly. I'll talk about the 2014 movie now. The reason I'm talking about it is a Godzilla film, but also kind of not at the same time. I'll talk about my issues with it and what I liked about it. I like that it was actually Godzilla fighting another monster. Godzilla actually looked like Godzilla. Let's see, what else? He had his atomic breath, which is a trademark that he's had for the past 60 years. And the 98 film took it away. There's a moment where he breathes on cars and they explode. That is not him breathing the fire. But, the things I don't like is it focused too much on the human characters rather than the monsters. Yes, I know, to get people interested in the movie, they have to have a bigger story than just 2 monsters fighting each other. I didn't like that they didn't show Godzilla all that much. They just showed him swimming in the ocean. One part where he's going to fight the first monster, and then he's off. He doesn't even do anything until the last the last half of the movie, where it's pretty much kind of a Godzilla movie, but not at the same time because it's still focusing on the humans. Where in the older Godzilla films, they, besides Final Wars, which worked out fine because they were all in action. Yeah, there were some action parts with the humans, but with Final Wars, they it was pretty much kind of like a kung fu movie as well. Um, um, I know there's a new Godzilla movie coming out, a Japanese Godzilla. I don't know if it's a complete remake of the original or a continuation from Final Wars, but I'm interested to see what they do with that. Um, but let's see what else. I'll just name my favorite monsters from Godzilla. Obviously, number one for me is Godzilla. Godzilla is always going to be my favorite monster, no matter what. My second favorite is Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla is pretty much just robot Godzilla, but he's been changed so much, kind of like Godzilla, that he just gets better and better each time they bring him back. My favorite one is from the Millennium series, that Mechagodzilla, because he was built around the original skeleton of the original Godzilla, which is interesting because the old Godzilla is fighting a new one. So I kind of like that. King Ghidorah, or Ghidra. I like Gigan. Gigan's an interesting monster. Rodan's cool. Destroyer. I'm not going to say it how James Rolfe says it. My least favorite Godzilla monsters are Mothra. Space Godzilla, I don't really care for. He's interesting, but I don't know. Well, I kind of like him because he's pretty much made from Biollante. Biollante is another favorite monster of mine. But other than that, this has been my discussion on the Godzilla series. Definitely my favorite Godzilla series of movies is the one from the 84 to like 95, the second series that they did. That was perfect. That series of movies was just perfect. It was all connected and had a solid ending. That was my favorite Godzilla movie series. But other than that, this is just my discussion on Godzilla. If you have a favorite Godzilla movie or any kind of giant movie monsters or Japanese monsters that you like, comment below, let me know. Other than that, check back next time for my next video.